is George. Remember me? I was once the demon of Kristen's dreams. Now, how about I'm yours? There's a saying that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Do you want to know what's coming this season on Evil? Are you absolutely sure?
We're going to be parents. In 38 days, a child will be born. They will sing hymns in your honor, the mother of the living Antichrist.
That level of crazy?
It's biblical, so yes.
We've already hunted werewolves and demons. Are we now hunting witches?
Okie dokie.
What happens if the Antichrist is baptized?
Who's the Antichrist?
Timothy, 3-month-old baby.
Let's just give him an exorcism.
There's just so much more. No need to be afraid. This season, you'll have me right there with you. In your dreams. Promise. See you again soon.
And welcome everybody, and I have the wrong image up. That is my fault. It is early. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta do better on these Thursday night, or morning, afternoon. I was up watching the episode late last night, so I still have last week's on, but that's okay because I'll have it up in just a second. But welcome everybody. Today we are going to go over a new episode. This was last week's episode that's on the screen, which was a pretty good one. We got to learn how to slaughter a pig, and this week we're going to learn how to build a coffin.
Yep.
Interestingly, though, Dana, this episode's got two titles.
Yeah, that was really weird. What was it? How to build a coffin and how to grieve?
Mm-hmm. Because I guess essentially we do get a demon, the demon of grief, and then we get something that I'm curious of how to build a coffin goes into, which is possibly Andy.
I was thinking the same thing.
And what he had to struggle with, which was really sad. That was good on Andy, good father of the year in the end. Leland, he gets everything he deserves.
Yep. Oh, Leland gets his this episode. That was hilarious.
No, but this episode, again, we're getting pretty good episodes, I think. They're packing them, which I think we've always kind of had that, like, 3 storylines going at once. But, man, does it feel like it's, like, even more, right? Like, it's just so packed. Every little scene's got something going on. And it's even taking the screenshots. Why it's so hard to just get, like, a few is because it feels like there's so many little moments that are just so good.
This episode, the demons were great.
Mm-hmm.
The demons were so fucking great. I don't even know which one was my favorite. The fat one, the little fucking dude that was burrowing in our priest friend. Like, I don't know. The djinn was fucking with Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was that. This episode was good. Yep. This was one of my favorite episodes so far.
It was pretty funny. They had some good lines. There's one I'm gonna I didn't have time to get clips for this stream, but tomorrow night when we do the Fever Hour and we kind of really look into the episode some more, I'm actually gonna get some of the little clips or little sound bites from it, because there was like one I think from Cheryl that's really funny to Leland, where she's telling him, like, he's basically in the bathtub under blankets with the earmuffs on, because he can't handle the baby.
Yep.
And she's like, he's whining about this, basically what you think of people whine about a baby, an infant happening. All they do is poop and vomit, and they never eat. Like, I can't get them to eat. What about they're crying? What do I do?
How does it vomit and poop so much when it doesn't eat?
And she totally tells me how. It was just this line she said was just so funny, because she's just, how did men ever convince women that we're the emotional ones? Yep. He's literally just like dying almost. He just can't handle this. And he goes, of course, to Cheryl, which, she takes advantage of. But
I
we're
think she
gonna
could have
dive
taken a
into
little
it.
more advantage of him. I think
Yeah.
she could have really have milked that situation. Instead, she took 4 jars of their secret sauce or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, "Here's my list of demands, sir."
I think she still cared about the baby though, because that is technically her grandchild. Technically.
It is, but I still would have made a few more demands. I would have been like, "I
But
want this,
she knows
this."
Leland's gonna come back. She knows that was a temporary fix. He's still gonna have to need her in order to deal with the baby and whatever else might come with that. She knows. She knows what she did. Cheryl's smart. Like, she's evil, but she's smart. She's smarter than Leland thinks.
Yeah, she's definitely smarter than the average bear.
But we are going to get ready to dive into all the fun of this episode. And let me see who's in the chat with us. I see Nikki. What is up, Nikki? Good to see you hanging with us. And everybody, I have the Discord link pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to join the Discord, it's our good friend Jeremy, Ice and Fire's Discord. We hang out over there. And we have an evil channel in there. So if you do join, there's a roles channel you can click on, and that way it gives you your access to all the different channels and the different shows and movies and stuff that everybody talks about over there. They're really fun over there. We could get a lot of different stuff if you guys want.
Yes, we have lots of fun in that Discord.
You just click the emoji that you want to the channel you want to join, and you are granted access. All the fun.
Yes. It's a treasure trove of access.
I'll bring up these screenshots real quick. All right, and yeah, we start this episode. Poor Leland. Oh, Dana, he just can't handle it. He seems so peaceful until
isn't that kind of how it works? Until the baby starts crying and you're ready to fucking just jump out the window.
Mm-hmm. It was no more fun for him.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thoroughly fucking enjoyed that.
And I'm pretty sure they had like 2 or 3 different babies that they're using. Maybe, but he looked a little bit skinnier here than he
Didn't
does.
he? I thought so too.
I mean, is this like his demon baby form? I don't know, but I'm pretty well. It makes sense though if they did, because they would not want to. I don't know how much time an infant can be on camera for.
Yeah, I think it's very, very limited.
So it made sense, but I did notice that. I was like, am I tripping? Does the baby look a little different? I mean, I know people say a lot of babies look the same, but he looked a little skinnier there. The other baby was real chunky. Lost. But then again, Leland did say he wasn't eating very well. You can clearly see somehow he was still spitting it all up. He wasn't eating. Oh, poor Leland. Like I said, the beginning of this episode, I was like kind of laughing and it was really funny. But by the end of it, I was really sad. Really sad.
It was. I felt so bad for Andy this episode.
Mm-hmm.
That tugged on my heartstrings a little bit.
Oh, it's so bad. I love it too, because this is like Leland's trying to still do his work and business at home. He's had to go at home because he's got the baby. And then he's like, literally, they're having the meeting, and of course, everybody here has a name except for the manager. He's just manager. But I'm watching these names too. I don't know why. That way I remember who they are later if we ever see them.
Right.
But yeah, he gets totally spit up on. I mean, this is a hell of a reach here too. Baby's like way down here and he got Leland good.
Projectile vomit.
This is pretty crazy, guys.
Little dude's got some aim.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it's
literally like exorcism pee fucking vomit. Like, it is straight up exorcist vomit.
You guys let us know too what you think of this episode as we are going through it. Let us know what your favorite parts are, or if there's stuff that stuck out to you, because they love to leave little things here and there for us to, whether they're jokes, sigils, just little things for us to watch and check out, which I did look in this week's intro, or like when they play their little intro and stuff. There was no secret message that I saw this week there.
Yeah, I didn't see one either, not because I was waiting. I was like, I'm not going fast forward. let the intro play so your ass doesn't get haunted.
Mm-hmm. I still watched through it, but yeah, no, we were good. No secret messages. Leland's calling Cheryl. Just, I need help. I can't handle this. The baby won't stop vomiting everywhere. It is actually, it's green too. Like, that's not normal. That's so not normal. I've been spit up on plenty of babies. I've been spit up on by plenty of babies, but never have I ever had green vomit spit up.
Yeah, that was, like I said, some straight up exorcist fucking soup vomit. I was waiting for the baby's head to start fucking spinning.
Mm-hmm. You said it was Linda from Utah? Poor Leland, though. He just can't handle a baby. And
Pretty
Cheryl's
much.
loving it. But Cheryl's pretty happy about this. Like says she's gonna get her. She's gonna get hers. Get her chance to dig at Leland and get a little more power because now she may not have to go to Leland for a little while. I did not catch the name of this priest. I'm gonna try to catch it and remember it for tomorrow night's stream. But we do get another one of our priests. I believe he's an exorcism priest.
Oh, he was. And what a show did he put on?
It was pretty good. I love how he comes to the ladies, and this is, I love because we get this part, and then I think it's going from this to Cheryl with the baby. So this guy's telling all the nuns basically like they need to do more cleaning and cooking and taking care of things so that the priests and stuff can have more time to do what they need to do. So he's kind of lecturing them. And Sister Andrea is back here. Everybody else has either got their hands in front of them, sort of folded, very almost submissive, listening. And then you got Sister Andrea, arms crossed, face not even listening. Like you tell she's just not even listening to what he's saying right now.
Well, he's basically like fucking, oh, you guys got to cook more and clean more and like fucking typical man shit. So the priests could have more time to pray. And I was like, oh, fucking vomit.
It was funny though, because she really was just not giving him like any mind. She's like, I got better things to do right now. I gotta go clean.
Yep, she was a badass this episode.
Yeah, she's definitely MVP of the episode because, again, this episode goes back to what she said prior to how the priests don't realize how much the nuns know because they do cook, they do clean, they're doing all the stuff for them. So if they're in your room, they're seeing everything that's going on, they're probably going to know all the secrets that go on. And typically that's how she finds the demons. And sure enough, she's doing laundry and she finds the hole in our new Monsignor's jacket. Which, of course, only she can see, I believe. It's only visible to people with this special sight.
Yes.
And here he is.
That's how I took it.
Mm-hmm. And he's with David and our new exorcist priest, and which he does not care too much for Sister Andrea. This guy, he thinks that she's a little crazy. Father doesn't know where to put her yet. David knows what she's about because he knows about her visions, knows that she does see demons and that it's real. Whether he truly believes it or not, he does. He has seen it, and there are moments where he does. He kind of waffles on it, but I think he kind of believes it for the most part.
I do too. I still think he's kind of like, because since he doesn't see all of it, he believes it, but he's still on the fence. Mm-hmm. But I think that has more so to do with his own personal issues of how he's not accepting it almost even within himself. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it has anything to do with the fact like he just doesn't believe her. I think it's an overall doubt.
Yeah.
Like since he's doubting himself and he's struggling with his own issues, that it's kind of carrying over to his belief in what she can see.
Mm-hmm. And I love how she pops in and they're like, can we help you? And then she's like, nope. She leaves. But we get a case. We get an assessment. We get to learn about. We're going to get a demon who feeds on your words, essentially. But not just any words. Typically words, I believe, where you're explaining something or trying to explain something.
Yes.
And we get basically, you know, like they're at it's like the music awards or something. And this guy here is the guy we are going to assess. And he's basically like the guy, as soon as he asks him to kind of say, you know, you're live at so-and-so event. And what do you see with, you know, we know this guy's behind you. And he's like, that he tries to like repeat the name and he can't, and he starts stumbling. And he's like, it's the funniest thing ever throughout the episode. So
it really is.
People end up sounding like legit. I thought it was going to be some form of like an Alzheimer's type demon or something, because it's not just like speech, it's like forgetfulness. Like you can't remember the words. Like, you know, when you're trying to think of what is the word for that, you
Oh
know,
my God,
the
that happens
thing.
to me all the time.
I know.
Oh, I hate that. I fucking like sit there trying to talk and I'm like, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? And then one of you guys will say it and I'll be like, thank you. That's the word. Thank you. But I just take that into I'm a stoner. So my brain just sometimes there's some holes in my thought because of all the fucking pot I smoke. So I took it as that for when it comes to myself. Stoner brain. Stoner brain.
Never know. They do call it the devil's lettuce.
They sure do. But it's so good.
I know. The devil knows how to tempt thee.
It's so good.
I say God knows what you want. I think the devil knows better.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not good for you. Sometimes he just really knows what your heart's true desire.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, this is the wife of the guy that they're assessing, of our, I will call him a patient. He's not really like a patient, although he does become a patient of sorts.
Very true.
He is possessed. He is crazy. This dude's gonna be out of his mind towards the end of this episode. So his wife is concerned. And of course, you know, I believe they either go to the church, but she knows the father here. And she basically ends up talking with him about the grief of the Monsignor that has passed. And they kind of have this exchange between them where he's sort of explaining how he feels now that he's dealing with the grief, and she's explaining how she feels with it. And he kind of talks about how he's tired. And, you know, with grief, you get this heaviness.
Yes.
And that will play in later with the demon. They make sure, and I love how they do this with the grief demon. Because when we think about grief and what that does to us, I think they display it very well here. And then on top of it, how Sister Andrea ends up dealing with the demon. She tries one method, which is how she's been dealing with a lot of these demons. And she realizes that may not be the way to get rid of this demon. Just fighting them, just trying to kill them is not the way to solve the problem of why the demon was here in the first place. So she solves it with marshmallows. And that was, I just thought it was so brilliant that they used a sweet treat to sort of help get rid of the grief. Which I think people say, you know, when you're sad or whatever, you want a cookie, or mama bring a cookie or something. You have a piece of cake, ice cream, something to make you feel better and to get help with the grief. So that was so cute. I mean, it wasn't cute, but it was cool.
Even with Italians, when someone passes away, the first thing you do is bring food.
And it helps, you know. And so the fact that they were saying, you know, that grief demon comes in, makes you feel heavy, weighs you down, and then she brought the sweet treat. That was so cool. But so that's one demon we're going to deal with. So we're going to have a demon attached to our Monsignor here with the grief and loss that he is dealing with. And then we're going to have a word stealing demon that is attached to this gentleman here. And will basically hang out in the church and mess with Kristen, David, and Ben, as well as Sister Andrea. So he's going to get nice and fat in church, eating all of their words.
And I love that concept, like, eat your words. Like, how many times have we said that to people? Like, you're going to be eating your words. You may say that, and it's hurtful, and it's whatever, but one day you're going to eat your words.
Yep, and then to a degree, he sure did.
And I loved how he got fatter. I
Oh yeah.
loved how they made him bigger and bigger with the more words he like consumed from everybody. That was fucking great. I love that.
Mm-hmm. And this is pretty cool because like she's trying to determine his like cognitive response, and how his brain is functioning with questions. Let's see. Chris Longfellow says the writing is so impressive and the character development is wonderful. I really like the show. I couldn't agree more, Nikki. This
Yes.
is, I, I was saying it last week. The way they put humor in here, the way they write each sort of individual character storyline and intertwine them all together, how they show the demons and sort of what they represent and how you deal with them, and just all these sort of things that they bring from like society into the show, but do it in a way that is, I don't feel like it's one-sided. I feel like they're kind of giving you so many perspectives and then leave it up to you to decide how did you view this. They might kind of give you an answer, but they always leave it open for you to interpret. Is that really how it ended? Did the show really end with this scientific explanation? Was there actually, they still left it hanging with supernatural? You know, was something happened in the series where was it based off perhaps a societal view, or was it something more sinister? Was it human? The way they do it is just so great.
Yes.
Yes, the weird Scooby-Doo element. Oh, love it. It is very Scooby-Doo mystery
Yes.
element.
You never know what you're going to get. Is it
Mhm.
supernatural? Is it science? Can it be explained away? Like, it, I love that they leave it open ended like that.
Mhm. And Kristen does. She starts off, and I thought the question she asked, even the way he picked up on it was so cool, because she's doing it like a psychiatrist would. They ask you first question, it's a very simple question, what day comes after Monday? Tuesday. Okay, next question, kind of speedily going through it because it's a cognitive response. It's not so much for you to sit there and ponder on, it's for you to be able to give a quick response to. And when she asked him, does spring come before summer, summer come before spring? And when he answers it, he's like, yeah, it's spring then summer, unless you're talking about the summer prior, then it would be summer, spring. And
Yep.
he, and so it showed his level to her that, okay, he's not just intelligent, he's a little bit more, smarter than the average bear, a little ahead of the curve, so to speak, because he's picking up on the trick question, so to speak. And most people would have answered it the way he answered it the first time, and that wouldn't have been a bad answer. That is the correct answer. The fact that he picked up on the trick question lets them, let you know, okay, he's thinking outside the box. So his cognitive response is high. But once she shows him this image in order to describe it, that's when he goes absolutely crazy.
Yep. Poor Kristen. Kristen's always fucking getting attacked by people.
Hmm. Which was weird because like it's not just talking, right? He can answer a question. Answering a question's fine. Now can you explain to me what you see here? And it was like his brain could not function. It's so much so that he legit went crazy on her. Almost like you would think of somebody with like dementia or something. They don't know where they're at and they're just completely gone crazy. Because
Yes.
there's almost like they're no longer able to, like when your brain can't figure out what to say, or it's like lost in this fog. And
Yep.
that was sort of where he was. And it was an instant switch. Again, that face switch, it reminded me of season 1 with the serial killer and how she was
Yes.
questioning him. And then that one question, you see this face change. And it's
Yep.
so
The trigger.
creepy. It's just the
It was the trigger.
creepiest. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is where they're talking about Monsignor. Yeah, it was sad. And this poor guy, he is very much so weighed down by all of the
Yes.
grief he is feeling. Sister, she's cleaning. See, they asked her to do more cleaning, Data. That's what she's doing. she's doing as she's told. And Sister Andrew's gonna find the hole in his side. Oh God, it's brutal.
It really
But
is.
not
That was fucking
before.
nasty.
It was so nasty. But not before poor Kristen gets attacked. Like it's simultaneously going on in the episode. So I love how they do this because you literally are always getting like 2 or 3 storylines sort of at the same time.
Yes. But I was like, oh, Kristen's getting attacked again by a psycho.
Just Ben and fucking David dragging him out of the room. And they put him on a stretcher. And this poor guy, man, he is just all sorts of messed up. And again, they're just going to, at first, you assume it's probably some sort of cognitive problem. And they just have to figure out what it is. But Sister Andrew is here, and she's on the case. She is MVP
Yep.
Scooby-Doo mystery solver of the week. She solved it all this week.
Yep. She unmasked the villain.
Oh God, poor Ben. Yeah, this is where they're trying to, they're talking. Kristen's giving her sort of like review or assessment of the question, what happened. She's telling them like what she thinks the problem could be, and they're going through all these different. Oh, now see, Dana, I can't think of words. It's real. No, just kidding. But there she is. She's going through all these different like diagnoses and stuff or what they could be. And Ben is sort of listening to her, but his little id, his Jen is telling him basically to come on to like he needs to get with Kristen. All right, are we doing this again? What is with these Jens? Yeah, Kristen doing stuff she wasn't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the Jins seem to be very horny.
Very.
They seem
so
to
much
be a
so,
horny race of demons.
They do. They do. He's like literally checking out Kristen, trying not to, and then she realizes like because God, I hate to say it as a female, somebody's kind of like staring at you.
Yes.
She just asked him like,
you want to be like, my eyes
okay?
are up here. My
like,
eyes are up here.
Like
Look,
Ben, you all right?
look up here.
She
Look
did
up here.
that. She asked him
Not
like,
my
Ben,
boobs.
are you okay?
Not
Are
my
you all right? And he's
boobs.
like, yeah, I'm just standing
Eyeballs
here.
up here.
But it was funny because she asked him like, Ben, are you okay? Everything all right? He's like, yeah, fine. Wow, I'm just standing here. I'm doing nothing. What the demon was saying in his head. Like, you want her. And I was like, you thought about it.
He's like, sex. 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 I was just dying. I was like,
so funny.
oh.
It was good. I was like, but it was again, it was almost like a throwback. Like I said, it's almost like they're doing throwbacks to these other episodes. On some of them, they're giving you actual character throwbacks, but some of them are like moments. We're like, oh my God, it reminded me of that moment from season 1. So I like that they're kind of putting all that in there, considering it's the last season. It's all we're, it's the last one we're gonna get. They're putting as much as they can in for us, so I do appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, here we go. We get to see what is messing with our father, what the demon of grief is going to look like. And she pops in there, and he's very skeptical of her. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a rip in my shirt. Everything's fine. I got a phone call. Do you mind? And she's like, no, go for it. I'll stand here and watch you.
Look at that hole. That's a big ass fucking hole
in his side. Just wait till you see what pops out. Those little things in there. It's so creepy, Dana. Little gremlin dude.
Yep. He's just fucking burrowing his way in there.
Yeah, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. He's a little dude. He's just, taking out your organs and such, possibly, or bits of you and putting in stones.
Pretty much. Weighing you down.
And that is why he's so tired. I imagine so. I'd be tired too if something like this was digging away at me all day. The body needs to, what was it the lady told him? The body needs to rest. A little bit more than that. A little bit more than rest. Might need to operate.
Pretty much. Might have to get in there and really, really clean you out, sir.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we get to go to Cheryl. She's so happy. Because she's looking around this apartment. You know, Leland's nice, clean, sparkling
Oh,
apartment
that was hilarious. All the
is
diapers
now
all
just
over the place.
it's vomit. There's like vomit and poop everywhere. I don't even
Yes.
know, like, dude. He stuffs the baby in like a hamper in the
In
fucking
a
creepy
laundry
closet.
basket in the closet.
Like, what the fuck? And he's literally in the tub, these sheets over, and Cheryl's like, "What in the hell are you doing? You can't
Make
just
it
put a
stop.
baby in
Make
the
it
closet."
stop.
Like, it's so funny. She's listen,
We have
chill
found
out.
Leland's kryptonite. We have
Oh
found
my
his
god.
kryptonite.
She's like, "All right, we'll tackle the diapers. We'll start there. Where's the changing table? What's a changing table?" But you don't have to have. You do it on the floor. But I mean, you know, bless your heart,
Yes.
dude. You ain't got nothing set up. You was not prepared for this baby, and you knew it was coming. Hell, you set the whole damn pregnancy up. You still wasn't ready.
Nope.
Hell. Because like at the beginning, he didn't even have the diaper pail garbage can thing like set up. It was still in the box.
Yep. He's trying to open it to get the diaper in there.
All right, look, I can't see. There's 1, 2, 3 of these little monster things. I gotta remember if there's 3. Wait, there's one behind there, so I think there's 4 of them.
Yeah, I think there's 4.
I think that's the answer to this week's riddle, guys, which we'll get to. Might try to answer it with you guys here if we can. It's a little clearer to see this one, so we might be able to get your pens and paper out for towards the end, and we'll try to see if we can't do it together.
I think you're right. I think it's going to end up being a phone number.
Yeah, that's what this one guy on Reddit was saying, and I was like, yeah, because I assumed it was going to be the address at first until they said the phone number, and I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Now the phone number could call and lead you to an address, maybe.
Yes, it sure could.
But yeah, this was funny. I forgot she got spit up on too. And she was like, "Oh, poor baby." And then he's like, "See, it's like, see what I've been dealing with." He sounds
Poor
like
me,
a whiny
poor
little,
me.
like such a whiny little chick, or what they would call a whiny chick.
Yes.
There, but now we go back to our case, and as you can see, her mind cannot focus. She's having a hard time really even focusing on the conversation at this point. And she can't remember what this guy, like the name of the ticks, because she thinks it could be some form of like Lyme disease or something from a tick.
Yes.
And she's stumbling to even remember the name, like what kind of bug it is. She's like, no, the bug with the black legs. Oh, the black leg tick. That one. That's right. Like, duh. So she's like, I'm taking a cognitive test. And she's going to check her AC and see how, if it's any good or not. And I love it because they go through these questions. And this one, she's like, yep. And then we get to this one, and she can't answer it. And she's just like, what? Do you know the answer, Dana? Ambiguous. Which of the following is an anonym for ambiguous? Is it confident, explicit, confusing, ambidextrous? Not that they couldn't give us like easy words to say for somebody being ambiguous. I didn't want to do this either. Which one is it?
Confusing?
Nobody's being ambiguous. I thought they were being mysterious or confident, maybe, but
not ambidextrous.
Are they being confusing? Maybe I don't know if they're being explicit. Maybe. See, this is how smart we are. It's not okay. I don't know. See, I'm not very smart, guys.
I'm not fucking either.
And you know what's going to be even worse is if the answer's not on here. This was a fuck you to everybody, and then we have to go research it. Because she couldn't remember. She was like, I have no fucking idea. Like, it would just totally, left, her brain. And so, yeah. If you know, let us know, because we obviously don't. I meant to look it up before we started, so I'd sound smarter than I was, but didn't have time, so you get to know how unsmart I am today.
Pretty much.
That's okay. We call things thingy all the time, so that should let you know we have the demon of words attached to us, I guess, at all times, Dana.
Yep. Give me the thingy attached to the thingy over there by the thingy.
That's right. And we'll know exactly what you're talking about. It's fine.
Yep.
And even David's played. Yep. that thing over there. Even David, he's plagued with it. He's trying to do the confessional and tell this guy his little words to help him, and he just can't remember words. And why? And then we get to see why he can't remember his words. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Scarlett, you are not as smart. How adorable are you? I know these very big words, and I'm gonna have to Google those. I'm not gonna lie. I do love my Google and my technology. It will be the death of us, but it is very helpful.
Yes.
Let's know how much we should go back and read a book or two.
Pretty much. Reading is fundamental.
It is, right, Dana? It's because, get it fast enough.
There you go.
The smarter you'll be.
Yep.
This is not prepared to click. I gotta get better. All good there. But yes, our sister, again, MVP. I mean, she's pretty much prominent through the whole episode, I think. We get to see why they are losing their words, their thoughts. This dude here, very gross dude here. He's going to get grosser as the episode goes. He's eating him up. He's just like almost having love to the door where David's losing his words. He's eating them. It was kind of gross because he's literally like, I thought he was going to make out with the door.
So did I. I thought he was going to do a little more than that.
What are you doing?
I thought they was going to start... you were going to start hearing that porno music in the background.
His sister, she goes and gets with the shears or whatever, garden shears. She's going to clip him. She's going to trim him up a little bit.
Just take a little bit off the top.
Mm-hmm. She's
a little trim.
Got some
just
big old...
Just a little trim.
Big scissors there. Some hefty, mighty scissors. She ain't scared. Well, she is, but she ain't.
She could fight. You saw she was dodging them like she was in the Matrix and shit.
I'm gonna try to get the clip of that. I didn't take the screenshots because they were just so fast and stuff. So I'm gonna try to, for tomorrow night, actually have the clip of that because it was so funny.
She matrixed his ass.
She did. And then she's like standing over nothing with these shears. David pops out of the confessional and she's basically talking in like mumbles.
Yes.
And nothing.
She's
like
It
is so funny because I was like, you would think she was literally out of her mind. Like, are you okay? Are you having a stroke right now? Like, what? Are you okay, sister? But luckily, David knows that it's probably something else going on. Luckily, otherwise, she already had to be tested once because of Leland. Yeah, running around this episode, she got lucky that she didn't get tested again. We have another trial by priest.
Yeah, because that wasn't fucking almost rigged.
Loony. This was a little loony, though. I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't David and didn't know who she, kind of what her deal was, and I just seen this nun on top of just, oh my god, she literally has there's nothing there. What is she stabbing? And then she's talking in gibberish.
Yes.
You might be just taken off to the loony bin. She lucked out. Because I imagine if the Exorcist priest had seen this, I don't know if it would win as well. I clicked the wrong one. There it is. She's a badass. Dang it, StreamYard. It kicked up on me. Alright. We'll get it together. It would be a stream of evil if we didn't have problems, Dana.
Right.
But this gives us to where we get to the title, or one of the titles of the episode, our good book, our pop-up book. And we get How to Build a Coffin. And our scientist is trying to figure it out. And he wasn't too smart about it. He didn't build a very good coffin. He bopped himself in the head because he's not very smart on how he's hammering away, putting his foot on it. I don't even know how do you even...
It reminded me of, you ever see the cartoons where they step on the rake?
I know.
And the rake just smacks him in the face.
He's a scientist, bro. You're supposed to be smarter than this.
That's what that reminded me of.
We get this zombie dude. See, I didn't quite fully understand this, but it made me think of Andy. That was the only thing I could think of. because he's technically kind of like a zombie now, sort of.
Yeah.
And he almost did build his own coffin in a sort of way.
I guess,
Depending how
yeah.
you look at it.
Yep.
I know,
But then
Nikki. How has nobody made a pop-up book yet? Right? They
that's
are the
what we
best.
said. Yep.
Everybody who works at a funeral home lays in a coffin at least once. Interesting.
What? May I
Probably just
ask?
out of curiosity.
May I ask why?
Because humans are curious. I mean, if you work in there, you might at some point.
That's but still, that'll
It's
freak
just a
the fuck out of
bed.
me.
It's just a bed, Dana. It's fine.
You would lay in a coffin? I'd be fucking terrified.
I don't know. I mean,
To
there's
see how
not a dead
comfortable
body
it
in
is.
it. Ain't a dead body in there. It's not like I'm not going to just like lay in it, close the casket, and like take a sleep in it. But if I just laid in it, I wouldn't be like scared. If somebody had a coffin laying on the floor, and they're like, "Oh, I dare you to get in the coffin and lay in it for like 5 seconds." Okay. Especially if they're gonna pay me like $50, I'll do it. But I ain't closing the lid. You close the lid, then we're gonna have problems. I'm gonna Hulk out of that bitch. And then whoever I grab, better hope it ain't you. Just say that. I'm gonna grab you first. Yeah, see how comfortable it is. Exactly, because when you're finally dead, if you do decide to be buried in a coffin, you might want to make sure it's a nice one. I don't know. People have all kind of beliefs, Dana. They might want to know if their body is at rest in a nice coffin. I prefer cremation, but to each their own. So I prefer cremation because I don't want anybody messing them up. I mean, I know they can still mess with it, but I want to give as little amount of time for people to be messing around my body after I'm dead. And I don't want to be buried in the ground and come up like when it floods and stuff, and you get like the bodies like they did in Louisiana and stuff. Yeah, nope, don't want no part of that. Bodies floating around. And you don't properly decompose in a coffin because of all the formaldehyde and chemicals and stuff they put in your body to preserve you. Even though you're, that's another, what, we're going to get into that topic today. That's a creepy one.
Today's topic?
Funeral homes, coffins, and cremations.
There you go.
And as they do, they put the final nail in the coffin.
Yep. Dude, hammers that shit shut. I thought that was hilarious.
You literally put the nail in the coffin. Oh, it was good. Always love the pop-up book. It is our favorite. I do hope that's the best souvenir. All of them to give out the pop-up book for each season.
Yes.
Some version of it, Oh, that'd be very funny. They could give you your own nail to nail. I mean, you have to have your own hammer and adult supervision. But I've seen crazier shit to giving to kids for crap and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this for tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to I like to try to get the pop-up book as part of the intros. I tried to do it one week, and I kid you not, it's why I talk about evil, Dana. That file, the whole thing got corrupted. Like everything worked fine, and and then all of a sudden everything messed up and wouldn't let me like upload it or nothing. And I'm like, well, everything else on my program worked fine. Anything else that I tried to do or any other video that I had was working fine. Just the evil one. It didn't want to work that week. It didn't want us to have it. I don't know.
You know why. You know exactly why.
I don't say it, Dana. We don't say it. We don't say it's like Voldemort. You don't supposed to say his name.
We know exactly fucking why.
Yeah, we don't say the name of the things.
Fucking evil.
But poor Ben, yeah, he is being basically going crazy. I don't think he can sleep, and it's possible even when he does sleep, his id takes over his body now. I think he's taking a little more control.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell that he's losing it a little bit.
Oh, I watched the intro. I didn't take pictures of it this week because I didn't see anything in there that was like one of the little don't skip the intros. But I did watch the intro. I did watch it, and I'll put it in there. I'll try to, because when I try to do intro for tomorrow night's show, I'm gonna try to take the pop up book and then the intro music with some of the episode. But they didn't put one in, and see, I think they did the first episode, not the second episode, the third episode, and not the fourth episode. I think that's kind of how they're going. But they're going like every other week, so it's pretty cool though. They did scare me enough to watch it this week, and then and there was nothing there. But Bed, poor Bed. You don't even remember, but we get a call back. It ain't from that far back. Girl's back. Her Jesus self, or what was it? Oh God, what was her?
Oh, the cult. Yes, the cult. Oh, I'm sorry, I left you in the field with goat's blood all over you.
Oh, what was it? What did she call it? Made with that God? Did she say it was? It wasn't Jesus though. It was Sheshuan.
Something like that, Jeshua or something. Yes.
Something like that. She apparently invokes that God into her, but she's back with some tequila and tells Ben, "You called me, bro. Told me you didn't have a lot of words and you wanted to have fun." So that's what they did. Fun they had.
Oh yeah.
But I find it interesting that she's back because she's had some interesting things to say in this episode while she was with Ben. And it's particularly because he does go to her about what happened to him at the particle accelerator. And she's even like, yeah, you're stupid, right? Like, that's dumb. He's like, yes, I know. Let's get past the fact that I'm dumb and, the fact that I have this id attached to me. And he's kind of explaining to her about the id right here. And she's like, well, I invoked Sheshuan or whatever, my God. Like, it's fine. No worries. Like, she's totally unfazed by the fact that he's like, no, I don't think I'm crazy, like, seeing it. Like, it's real. I went past me thinking this was just a stream of consciousness or something, messed up in the brain. This is like, it's really happening. And she's cool with it. She's down. She understands. She got her own little thing attached to her.
Yep.
And she creepy. I don't trust her, but she might give us the answers to what happened or what could happen to Ben in the future.
Yes.
And then I took this one because this chick back here, man, she is so foul. She listening. And Kristen, yeah, you need to stay away from Kurt. You, your husband, your whole family need to stay out this office. Every time you come up in here, you help Leland. Because she's back there listening, calling, telling, spying. She's a rat. I'm sorry. She irritated me because of her that Leland ends up doing what he does with Andy.
Yep.
But
I don't like her.
Now, Miss Kristen's here because she want to get her test results from that cognitive test that she's taken about a year ago, compare them to the one she took the night prior. And the doctor's like, nah. Kirk's like, no, you're fine. You just need to down your screen time. This has been happening since COVID. People have been isolated, been watching too much TV. Your brain would reset. It's fine. And she's like, well, what about the kids? They're like, oh, well, they're completely screwed. And she's like, give me my file. Grabs it out of his hand. That was so funny. Poor Kristen.
Yes.
She having a good day.
No. God, especially with what happens to Andy.
Oh God, I know. That was very hard. It was a very, very sad ending to the episode. Although when I was watching it, I'll tell you when we get there. Because I was thinking something and I was like, yes, and then he did it. I was like, it sucks, but you got to do it, Andy. And he did it. And I was like, good daddy. Good daddy.
Yes. He fought through it.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, very, very proud of Andy in that moment.
Leland's still trying to deal with this baby, and they find out essentially with Kristen's voice, which they kind of hinted at that when the baby was born and wouldn't stop crying at the hospital. And Kristen picks it up and it instantly is like, I'm good. And, I know there's the whole a mom's touch kind of thing, but typically I've been around plenty of babies and you can soothe them in other ways. So there's something about Kristen's connection with the baby. And they already said the baby's going to eat her. You just want to get a little close to mama, real close enough to eat her. That's what he's crying about. He's hungry.
There you go.
That's what Leland said, right? They're gonna something.
That's how I took it. He's gonna do something.
Mm-hmm. Look, that's a wholly different baby. But he cute though. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of cute there. Like cute little chubby cheeks. He don't look like a bad baby. That can't be the same baby we saw throwing up.
No, it can't be.
No, that ain't the same baby. Look, he's always preemie looking there. Like he just looks so much more fuller here. It could just be the angle they're giving. I don't know, but yeah, he's totally different baby.
Yep.
But Leland gets the chick from Kirk's office to give all of the recordings from like a year ago or prior sessions. So he's listening to those while the baby's actually calming the hell down for like the first time since he's had him there. Leland's going to clean the apartment because it's got vomit and poop. I think he even told Cheryl at one point when he was in the tub, like, it was like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and I even like did a snow angel in his shit to make him stop crying, and it still wouldn't work. Oh my god! I mean, like everything in his house was covered in poop and vomit, and we're not talking like what looked like normal. It was like disgusting greens, and it was horrible.
Yep.
But Cheryl said, "I've done my job. Your baby's chill now. I'm gonna take 2 for now. I'll have 2 bottles. I'll come back for it later." And these are red ones, so there's different. Because one he had was like a opaque or yellowish color, and these are red, like more blood. So I don't know what's the difference. One like I don't know starter, either. One a finisher, or is one the mind control? Maybe one's the mind control one, and they gave her that first, and then they give you this. Because that one is the one like they give Andy to keep him under. Maybe this one's the use one or something. I don't know.
Yes. Not too sure.
But yep. She's trying to get away from Leland, that's for sure. Because she straight up tells him, he's like, oh, you have to come here to have it done. And she's like, this ain't a hospital. Give me my bottles or, I'm out. And she takes them. She's out. Oh, man. Our Scooby-Doo mystery crew, they are trying to figure out the mystery and realize each one of them seem to have lost their trains of thought, their words, so to speak. Like, they can't figure out how, like, what's going on because it's happening to each one of them. And they're like, well, why is this went from the person we're assessing to now each one of us as well? Why are we all sort of having this phenomenon happen to us? And she's thinking it's sort of like some way of like where you're kind of mimicking behavior, and so your brain kind of sees it and it mimics it. And she says, like a rat. And then fucking Ben's like, what do you mean by a rat? She's like, huh? It's like, you said like a rat. She's like, yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, so they're almost like, you're just completely losing all of your cognitive function almost. It's craziest episode ever. I don't know what was better, this one or the silent episode from like what, season 2?
Yes.
It was all quiet.
With our neighborhood friendly bot flies.
Yes.
Fucking bot flies. Fucking bot flies.
Yeah. And if we hadn't seen her enough, she is back again, guys, which I'm actually happy about because they kind of slacked on our sister the last couple episodes. So they made sure to double, triple, quadruple down on our time to see her this episode. She's still got her shears. She's following our slime trail that this demon is giving off, the ectodemonic plasma type slime. David's like telling the guys, hang on, because David knows that she's chasing the demon. Like, he pretty well knows that she's not crazy. And there it is. Oh, the ecto slime. Every demon has it.
They sure do.
But she says before dealing with one, she realizes that we got two. Deal with the baby one first. Otherwise, she tells them they gang up on you. It's best to deal with them one at a time. And we got these rocks, which if you watch through the episode in this scene, when he wakes up, these rocks disappear and come back and forth. Like you see them and then you don't see them because these aren't really here. These are metaphorical rocks that the demon's placing in them because only she can see them.
Yes.
And there he is, little hands popping out. He's grabbing the stones, kicking out other bits out of dude's stomach or his side. I don't know what these bits are he's kicking out. I thought at first it was a heart and maybe some organs, but now I'm not so sure what that is.
I wasn't too sure, like, either.
And gross, I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. Maybe they're his good thoughts and memories or something. I don't know. Ain't nothing good about him, though, so I don't know what he's kicking out of this dude. Almost like cancer or something. I don't know. Did he have cancer? There, it was coming back. That's all. The demon was trying to save him from his cancer.
That's what I thought for a second. I thought it was almost a representation of his cancer that he had.
That's what I was trying to figure out when I watched it this morning. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he wakes up and is like, sister, what are you doing? Waking me up. You're supposed to knock before you come in. She's like, but you have a hole. I ain't got shit. Like, he's totally dismissive of her. She's like, no, you got a demon in you, bro. You need to deal with that. Yep. And you can see from here, like, her hand's here. There's no stones. The hole's still here. You can still see the hole. And then the next scene, the next kind of like couple seconds later, it goes and the stones are back. I was like, oh, okay. Because at first I was wondering, like, did this motherfucker actually like make him gather stones? And I thought he gathered them himself, you know, like not realizing what the fuck he was doing. But I'm like, oh, fucking stones ain't even there. This is not even real. Messing with my perception, my reality. But that was
pretty
crazy.
Much.
He's trying to help him. But he don't want to listen.
No, and it was almost like he was getting a little testy. Like, even being weighed down so much by the demon, it was causing him to, like, lash out almost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he was definitely not himself. Like, even from the start, that look on his face, and he was very, like, down. Like, his whole body looked way down. He looked dragging. Like, his face just looked really tired. And he was grouchy, and yeah, he was not himself.
You were not a happy camper.
Mm-mm. But Leland, he's happy now because baby's quiet, and he kind of learns that, oh, Andy's going to be the key. We're going to make Andy do the dirty deed. Poor Andy, he was doing so good. I mean, I know he was under the bed, but I'm pretty sure he was under the bed because he wasn't on the drugs that Leland had him on. So he was actually doing better, technically. He was detoxing. It was better for him. It was all right. Sometimes he had to go into the bed. It'd be all right. When you come back,
I was so upset when he picked up his phone. I was like, just don't pick it up. Just, like, don't change your phone number. Do whatever. Not that Leland couldn't find it, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, don't answer the phone.
But he did.
Like, we're in some fucking horror movie.
And we get the Feliz Navidad.
Yes, Feliz Navidad.
Like, no, Andy. I was instantly scared, too, for them. Because I was like, because if you're listening to what the recording that he has of Kristen, it was scary because she's talking about, you know, if I lose Laura, the one with the heart condition, like how, you know, I just immediately need a baby to fill that void. I just don't know how I could go on. And Andy always wanted a son, you know, so it makes me think what our lives would be like with a boy. And these are from like years prior. Let's see, Nikki says, poor Andy. I didn't like him at first. Now I feel really bad for the guy. Yeah, they definitely I don't want to say make Andy out to be the bad guy, but they make him to be a little more aggressive and sort of dismissive towards Kristen. And then as it goes, you realize like how much he really does care about the family and how much he was willing to try to do. Even the end of this episode really lets you know what a good guy Andy is.
Yes.
It's hard to say because it really broke my heart to see like what he had to do in order to not do what Leland wanted to do. Like basically he didn't kill himself because he didn't know if it was going to kill him or not. And that was just it was hard. It's getting hard to talk about, Dana. It's sad. This is sad. It's where it starts getting sad because I knew once he got under Leland, it was messed up. Once he got him again, I was hoping Leland wasn't going to be able to get him again, but he did. But this chick here, this chick is going to basically open the door for us as viewers to know that what he saw from the particle beam ray is, how does she call it? Like stringlet matter or something. It's a weird form of matter that is basically going on in his head. And it's possible even that he is seeing alternate realities, or rather alternate realities are phasing in through because of the quantum beam. And that was weird. So we get multiverse theories thrown out there. We're getting whatever this mysterious matter, which it shouldn't be mysterious because I think I just didn't have a chance to look it up yet. But I'm going to go back and try to investigate it, Dana. You know I will. And understand it. Because she's like, yeah, how does she phrase it? She's like, basically what's going on in his brain is a mystery inside of a mystery, or you put a mystery inside of a mystery. So you put this quantum matter sort of mystery inside of a brain, which is already a mystery. So it's a scientific mystery inside of a mystery.
A mystery within a mystery within a mystery.
Mm-hmm. So she's going to I'm assuming she's going to be hanging around a little bit more to help him with his gin problem. And she might, like I said, I wondered if the images he saw, if they were like of this world, or if it was a portal going to open and we're going to get these things kind of coming through from some other plane. And it's possible he's seeing a demonic plane, and it is sort of crossing over or blending in with reality, or our reality, his reality, their reality. It's not real. It's a TV show, but you get it.
Yep.
I think that's crazy. I like that they're doing that, Dana. I like the crazy sci-fi supernatural aspect.
I do too.
But yeah, that's his new girl. His other girl, she's still around somewhere. The one we never really got a full answer on. We don't know if she was two people or one person inside of herself. That still never really got answered. It was creepy too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is funny. This is where we get the marshmallows. She brings the marshmallows out to lure out the little grief demon. Little dude. He comes out. He can come out and get a sweet treat. But she grabs him up. He does though. He goes to the little demon. There he is. He's so cute. Oh, he's a little grim looking little demon dude. He's a little marshmallow.
Loving them marshmallows.
Yeah. I like marshmallows too. I don't blame him. We'll get a marshmallow. She just grabbed him up by the tail. He felt very disrespected because she was just treating him like, an animal or something. He's like, hey, not cool.
My tail, my tail.
And she had the spoon too. She can whack him with the spoon.
Oh, I love that she was whacking him with the wooden spoon.
And she whacking him in the butt with a wooden spoon and everything, man.
Yep.
She mommed him. Totally just grabbed him up. Bad little boy.
Yep. Italian children's worst fear. The wooden spoon.
Oh, she got it too. She got him while trying not to wake up the father there. and she gets interrupted. She's trying to go take care of him and figure out what his deal is, and she runs into the three and they're who they're assessing, the wife and husband. And she's literally, her arm is like shaking, almost like she's got some form of like, what is it, in older people when they start shaking and stuff. Like, I don't know if that's part of menopause too. But
it's the Michael J. Fox disease. Which one is it? Parkinson's, I think.
It's Parkinson's. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Parkinson's. So it's almost like all of these, what we consider dementia and stuff like that, are sort of being displayed in this episode, but only because they can't see what's really going on. Because she got her arm sort of close to her, like, and then it's sort of just like shaking, and she's just like, and then she starts to have a hard time speaking because the other demon's in the room. So it very much so kind of makes her look like she's having just sort of, some problems as you would have in older age, or even just some other muscle or nerve system problems, heart condition, something. I don't know if you're having a stroke. It was very crazy how they displayed those sort of conditions, but was like, no, it's connected to the demons.
Yes.
And she does. Still got the little dude in her hand. And she sees the bigger guy. He's over here. He's getting a little fatter. He get a little bigger. Got a little bulge on him. His arm is getting a little fat. But she ain't got time to deal with him. She's going to deal with this little dude first. Too many demons running around, Dana.
Too many demons.
She throws him in the, like a cupboard. She takes a plunger to him and sprays him with, like, I don't know if it was just cleaner or what was in the bottle. I don't know if it was bleach or just, like an all-purpose cleaner or what it was. But she's trying to get him to say what kind of demon he is, what his deal is. And he starts talking about her and the guy, Paul, I believe his name was, that she was like loved or whatever. She kind of gave him up to go and be a nun.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, how does it
I think
feel
the dude
now?
who killed himself.
Yeah. That she wasn't there for him, and really trying to bring up her grief and her loss and sort of her, you just really haven't, you have those doubts, or, where you're not, damn it, Dana, I swear to God, the demons got me today because I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. And I know the word that I'm thinking of. That's creepy. When you want to do things in life and you didn't get them done, your regrets. I swear to God, that's how Kristen was in the episode. I'm so not trying to do that on purpose either. All right, I need a Sister Andrea in here. I'm going to stop trying to explain things. I'll let you do it, Dana. I'm not going to feed the demon.
Oh, please don't. I probably won't be any better.
She does. She's crazy. And she leaves him in there to sort of smoke, because she's trying to figure out how to kill him, and he's too strong. Like, because they do have to kind of weaken him, or they have to be in a weaker state. I'm assuming so she can kill him. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe it was just because he was talking about Paul. But she sort of leaves him in there for later. Come back to him later. She can go deal with some other stuff. She immediately burst in here and is like, y'all are dealing with a demon that eats words. Here he is. He's getting fatter. His gut's starting to bulge a little bit. And he is just feeding on the conversation at hand. And the sister's like, he is getting fatter with each and every word. And his stomach literally starts to just like rip open and just bulge out. Like, this gets even grosser. And even on the top of his neck, he's almost got like this tumor growing because he's just swelling up everywhere.
Yeah.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's straight up nasty. So they're going to have an exorcism for this guy here. She's like, the sooner the better, because it has now attached itself to all of y'all as well, and it's just feeding away. Oh, It's so gross. But this is where we start to get really sad, and I do mean really sad. He's sort of telling Andy about how, if you could, I know you wanted a son, it'll be okay, just, we're going to take care of that. All you have to do is give your daughter this pouch. It'll put her to sleep from the herbs. and you give her this little, we got to give you this little needle, and it's basically got in it something that'll cause the daughter to have cardiac arrest. What's up, Taryn? Good to see you. Yeah, they oh, what season was that? Season 1 or season 2? They did the Da Vinci painting, and the 3 stars, or it was a vision that
Yes.
David was having, and he eventually figured out what the vision was, and the 3 stars were locations on the map of New York that pointed to these
I think it
3
was New
fertility
York.
clinics.
Yeah, I think it was New York, somewhere in Connecticut, I believe, and somewhere I think out in Pennsylvania
Mm-hmm.
or
And yeah,
New
this
Jersey,
is,
one of those places.
yeah. And yes, this is the Evil TV show. This is season 4 that they're on, and it is getting pretty dark. Anytime, my friend. Always glad to help. Glad to see you hanging out. Yeah, check it out if you haven't watched the show. It's pretty crazy too. It's got some good stuff in it. Some
Yes.
really dark, twisted humor in there, and this poor guy Andy's about to find out how dark and twisted because Leland basically tells him, like, your daughter wasn't supposed to have that miracle. She was supposed to die like 2 years ago from the heart condition. We're just going to give her what God already wanted, and you're going to put this in her toes.
Yes, I was so glad he was able to fight through that. I think I would have cried if he actually injected that into his daughter.
Oh yeah, I was in tears, like, because you can see the tear on his face because he's in this sort of state where he can't do anything about it, but there's still this little bit
Oh,
of Andy left in there. Like
yes.
he can't control what he's saying. Like he's still under this mind control, but he knows that what is being asked of him is bad.
Yeah.
And he's like literally crying. It was so sad. And yeah, Taryn, yeah, dude, check it out. It is phenomenal show, honestly, all the way through.
It's not
It
as
pulls
intricate
at
as
you.
like it doesn't have all the theories that you can like pull from, but it's still a good show nonetheless.
Yeah, it still gives you it's
Yeah.
sort of like a two-way theory sort of system, but without the full mystery at the end. But they do play on, are things supernatural or more from man? Are these
Yes.
humans influencing, or is just the work of bad men? Now we're at a
Yes.
point to where it's a little bit further than that, but not to give too much away, man. But yeah, check it out because it'll definitely make you think about some things that you see in the real world.
It leaves it almost up to you as the viewer whether you want to look at it as something that was supernatural or isn't supernatural. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't fully give you the answers, but then sometimes they do. So it's very I like it. It's a very good show. Me and Scarlett are obsessed.
Oh yeah, man. And if you do catch up in time, check out this season because, and I'm gonna get to it towards the end of the episode. Every episode there is a secret sigil phrase or message put into the episode. So far, I found all the messages that I believe are all the messages, and we have basically 3 of the numbers, and I'm gonna figure out the number for this week. So we'll have 4 numbers. We think it's leading to a phone number or an address. I know Reddit's got it. This one guy on Reddit was saying it was a phone number, and it probably is at this point. So we're hoping to get a phone number that you can call, and I think we still have to sign up, though. I never figured out how to do that. There was something on Instagram that some people say you have to sign up for this. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been able to figure that out, but you get the number, possibly an address in New York, and they've done this in previous seasons where we get the sigil map that is what we're going to use to decode the message. So who knows what they're going to give for the final season as a reward for the prize. There's just no telling, Dana. Oh my God, if they give a pop-up book, Dana.
Believe me, I already know that I'm being sent to, if we get an address, I'm already very well aware that I'm going to be sent somewhere. So if there is an address in New York, I will be going to wherever it is that the address is given.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got particle accelerators. We got werewolves that are, they're robots. Or was it? We don't know. We did get a robot dog security bot that was very evil. I think he was trying to kill people. It bit like a claw. We
Sure
got
was.
demons coming out of
Bad dog.
everywhere.
Bad dog.
There's just no shortage of gross demons.
Taryn's asking if we discuss From on this channel.
We haven't really discussed much of it here. Every once in a while, we'll bring it up just because we love From, and there's just no way to not talk about it. But we don't do a lot of the main discussions of From here. We kind of let Jeremy keep that over there. Plus, I just haven't had time to really dive into it on this channel either. I'm sticking this one after we get done with Evil. I'm probably going to dive back into movies for a minute, and then we're going to get into some of the other shows that are going to be coming out. I'm looking at doing, was it Mayfair Witches?
Yep, you were thinking about that.
And Yellow Jackets possibly when it comes out, because I have caught up to that one, and that was a really good show too. Oh God, that was a heartbreaker. From what I watched at the last couple episodes.
I told you.
Still don't know about that mystery either, Dana. Okay, you know where I stand. I got 2 points of view on Yellow Jackets. I don't know what it is yet, though.
I know, neither do I. But yeah, no, we typically tend to leave From for Jeremy's channel because that's kind of his thing. And
that was where we started.
Yeah, that's our home.
Yeah. And I like going over there on Jeremy's and talking about it with him and everything.
Yes.
But our good sister comes back to deal with her little demon friend, and he's no longer in the cupboard because this big guy let him out. He's like, yeah, I let him out. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Look, what are you going to do? You going to talk or are you scared? Feed me more. She's like zipping her lips like, nope, I ain't giving you nothing. And she stabs him with a crucifix that falls off the wall. And he runs away. He's getting fat. Look at him. He's bulking up now, and he's trying to eat everybody's words.
He reminds me of like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Feed me. I want my baby back ribs. Feed me.
She like kisses the crucifix because like right before this, the demon of grief was trying to make her question her being a nun, did you really have a full life with this? You have any regrets? And then of course the crucifix, what saves her from this demon? Like, I love you, Jesus. Gives it a kiss.
Yes. Jesus to the rescue.
But then we get to the saddest part. Well, pretty much the saddest part of the episode. Leland tells him 9 o'clock, get ready to put the baby to bed. 3 a.m. when you'll do the deed. And he basically knows this because whether he wants to or not, he is still under the control. But he still is able to pretend as if nothing. Because it's almost like he doesn't know, but he does know. So here they're going to do a little bedtime story. They like to do little creepy night stories. And I thought it was really cute because she does the story of a spider family. And spider mom with her 4 spider daughters. And they hear this loud doom, doom, doom. And they get ready to go to bed. So they tell her a story. So the mom's like, well, I'll tell you a story. She tells her a story of a human mom with 4 daughters. And they're telling this story. And so they're doing it, he takes off the lamp that has, what are they called? Where it's like the little pictures that will pop up around it. So you get the shadows and stuff. Little shadow lamp.
Yes.
That's what it's called. So he takes the little pictures out. And he's got the light, and he's doing the little sound effects. And it's so cute. And we get our sigil message, Dana. There it is. Boom. Right there next to Andy. It was kind of creepy, actually. But, yep, they get to tell the story, and we're going to figure out this message in a minute once we finish it up. I'm pretty sure I know what it is already, but they're doing something that I'm not sure about. And this is where I'm going to get you guys to look at it, see what you think. Because when we go through and we compare this to the sigil map that they give as a key, this letter here, if I'm reading it the way this is going to end up being written, the letter they end up putting here shouldn't be here. But they've done this several times, and this letter for this sigil is V. And I'm pretty sure a U should be here because this is an N. This one is an M. I don't know of any word that's NVM. I know NUMBER number I don't know why they keep putting the V here. And they've done it several times. And I kind of picked up on it, but I thought because of how unclear the sigils were on prior episodes on the messages, that maybe I just wasn't seeing it right. Maybe I wasn't, able to interpret what the sigil was properly to get the right letter. So I just said, well, okay, if the letter doesn't match the word, I just do the whole hangman thing. You just figure out what letter actually goes there and move on, because it always came out with a phrase. And this one did the same way. So let's see. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and do that while we're here. Let's get let me get, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it back to back. I'm going to try to go back and forth, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let me show you what the sigil map looks like. All right, so this is our key. Let me bring it closer so you can actually see it. All right, so here is our key. And this was given out on, I believe, season 2, around season 2, as the prize for one of the other riddles that they had given out. And so this has all of our letters on it. As you can see here, this symbol here, I believe, is the same. It's supposed to be V. So if you want to, guys, I know this might be hard. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to put it in the Discord, and I'm going to try to get the picture where I can put the letters over the sigil somehow on the screenshot. But I believe it does end up saying the number of sigils, or I'm sorry, the number of monsters on Timothy's mobile. And Timothy is the baby, and we know his mobile has like 4 monsters on it. Oops, wrong one here. So essentially, I'm trying to figure out is why are they, because they'll have one letter out of place everywhere. I'm going to have to go back and see if they're not having another secret message, Dana.
Okay.
Like the letter that's out of place, you take that letter and unscramble it or put them together, and it forms a phrase or a word or something. Because it's weird. Like, why would they put that there? Because it makes no sense for it to be there. Like, because essentially this is in VMBER. Am I just crazy? Is there a I thought number was spelled with a U, right? NUMBER. Why would it be NBER? And this is OF. And then it goes MONSTO. Wait, MOS Monster. I can't spell monster. That's one of those was a T. Hang on. MONSTER. Monsters. All right. So this is where I have to write it down. But I'm pretty sure it was number of monsters. Is that the O? I'm pretty sure that was the O. I know that's N. Yeah, ON. No, that's the O. What was this one? It. Hang on. See, this is where this is what took me forever on the first one and the second one, because they are, what was that symbol? I'm gonna have to find a way to put these. I'm gonna put both the map and the sigil message together for a side to side better. I just hopefully we'll be able to see it when I do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow night. So tomorrow night we'll definitely and see if there's not some other. And I'm not even sure if that was phrased, because I literally just tried to figure it out before we went live streaming. So I didn't even write it down. I was trying to like quickly do it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's I. Number of monsters, IN. All right, number of monsters in Timothy's. That was IN. This is TIMO. TH. I know that's H. I've memorized this symbol as H because I've had to use it a few times. And then, what was that one? What is the weird one with 3 E's? Y, Timothy S. So Timothy's Mobil Yep. Mobile. And again, I'm gonna put all these in the Discord, and then the sigil key map is in the Discord, as well as I'm gonna put these screenshots of this in there as well with it. And then tomorrow night I'm gonna try to put them together so we can actually see the letters better on it. I was kind of just saying it. I thought I would be able to put them back and forth a little faster to go back and forth, but that might confuse us more. But yeah, if you do want to try to figure them out, guys, they are there. They are in the episode. So I believe we are 6464. Interesting. Why the repetitive 64?
I don't know. It just could be that's just how they're doing the 4 number. But now that's just making me a little weary on a phone number, because typically in TV and movies, yes, they'll use real area codes, but it should be 646 then like 555. Because they don't like using real phone numbers, so 555 is the designated movie world kind of number that they use.
This is going to be a real phone number though. This is not like a movie phone number. This is going to be a real number to call.
Unless I know 646 is an area code in New York, but the address could also be 6464, and then we might start getting a name of an address, like a street address. So it could also be like a little kind of throwing you off. Oh, 646 is New York. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now we're really giving you an address.
Mm-hmm. And in the end, it's probably, I originally thought it was going to be an address, just because of the fact that we have 14 episodes and there's only so many numbers they're going to be able to do that with. You can only do, like, how many numbers are in a phone number? What, like 7? Is there 14 with the area code, actually?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. So I don't know if they would be able to do a phone number for each, like a number for each episode.
I think we'll get the answer starting next week, because if it continues to be numbers as of next week, then yes, I'm going to lean more towards a phone number. But if they start giving us letters to spell out a street name or some kind of name, then we will start to lean towards an address. So I think next week's episode is one more to let us know whether they're going to continue with numbers or whether they're now going to start spelling something out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, our poor Andy, he's going to wake up. I don't know where my pictures went, but okay, interesting. I had some images in between here where he gets the needle. I don't know what happened there, but all the same. Oh, wait, no, this is not that time yet. That's right. This is just when he's giving her the pouch. I got ahead of myself. Yes, sir. We do. We get to tell our story. Poor Andy, he's going to be sleeper agent. He's giving her the pouch to help her rest, and he tells her it's just a gift from Dad because, he misses her and stuff. She's like, "Oh, Daddy, you're so kind. Thank you. Yep, go to bed." So I can wake up at 3 a.m. and possibly hurt you. That was just weird. It was so creepy because he's literally giving her this pouch, and she's not thinking anything, hugging Dad like, "Dad gave me a gift. It's gonna put you to sleep." Essentially, I don't know what herbs he put in there to keep that child as asleep as she was. But then again, my child don't need this to stay asleep. Once she's out, she's out. But 3 a.m. comes. Always 3 a.m.
That's the witching hour. That's when the veil is the thinnest.
Mm-hmm. He kept it in the bathroom garbage can, the little needle pouch. Kristen, you got a junkie in the house, possibly, and you didn't check the garbage can.
Right? I was thinking the same thing.
It's in y'all's bathroom, too. It ain't like he hid it somewhere. I mean, it's in your bathroom. That's the first place I've been checking is all over the bedroom. And the bathroom's attached. But nope, he gets the needle out, and he is going to go into the room. He closes the door, and it is so creepy. She's got the pouch. She's out. Tells her to do it between the toes, but he can't do it. He gets to the point, and he realizes, like his full self like takes over in a sense, and he gives the injection to himself and essentially goes into cardiac arrest right there on the ground. And it was so heartbreaking, but I was so proud of Andy that he was able to fight through Leland's sort of spell, so to speak, and he was still in there.
Yep.
Poor guy. So he gonna go off to the hospital. But he does make it, thankfully. He is not gone. Leland did not win. But I will say this. When Cheryl, if she does find out, because she'll know that Leland did this. She'll know that Andy wasn't found in the girl's room with a syringe. Yeah. Cheryl will know that Leland did that. And she's going to be pissed because she already warned him to not touch the grandkids.
Pretty much. She sure did.
But Sister Andrea, again, we get another Sister Andrea moment, and it's a good one. She's got her marshmallows back, and she realizes the demon's not going to come out that way. She's going to have to do this a different way. She's going to actually just have to help the father with his problem, as opposed to just trying to beat out the demon. And she does. She talks to him. She gets him to open up and talk about the good memories that he had of the former Monsignor. We're talking about how much comedy he had and talking about the sock puppets that he made and stuff, and really getting him to open up and kind of let go of some of that grief. She gives him the marshmallows. Of course, he eats the marshmallows, and that essentially drives out the demon. Gives her good, fuck you on the way out. He wasn't happy.
Yep. No, he wasn't.
To be honest with you, though, it's so cute. It reminds me of some like the 80s or something, Little Monsters, or some like movie from the 80s or something. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. That was a demon. I don't know, just the way she grabbed him up and stuff, and the way he was talking, I was like, oh, how did he even hurt anybody? I know he got long, fingers, but he didn't seem like that much of a threat towards the sister. She grabbed his ass up with some marshmallows. But yes, she has healed the grief.
And stomped on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. One final fucking stomp.
Yep, she killed him. But then we get the tears. Oh, because, of course, she's going to be telling David and them they're fixing to do the exorcism of the bigger fat-eating or word-eating demon. But Andy's made it, but she's aware of the needle, and it is not good. She's going to figure out what to do with Andy, and she thinks he needs to go to rehab, basically, do 12-step program. Poor guy. He knows it's darker than that. Tries to tell her. We're going to do the exorcism first. It is dramatic. They had lightning flashing.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
Dude's on the bed freaking out, speaking in gibberish, tossing about, just full on crazy. The sister comes in and is like, yep, here's your demon. He is fat as ever. He's basically about to burst, literally.
And I love how he couldn't fit through the door.
Mm-hmm. I know, look how fat his face is. Little sausage fingers. And what it actually kind of reminded me of too was, what was it on the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, the one where the girl's having the baby and her baby's having the nightmares. I think it was that one where when one of her friends ends up like dreaming and she ends up like stuffing herself and getting like really fat, and she kind of looks like that too. I was like,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, it reminded me of that. But David knows that the sister's seeing something, and she tells him, yep, I see a demon. What's it look like? Really big, really large. You got to get the shears back out. Fucker. They're like still going on with this exorcism, but essentially she's the one doing the exorcism because what he's doing ain't doing shit. They're just feeding this demon the whole way through. And so she's battling it out, and it like pushes her out the way onto the bed. And they're like, Sister Andrew, are you okay? Because they can't see the demon. I think she's out of her mind. But she chases him, and he's trying to get through the door.
And he can't fit.
The little fat guy, he can't get through the door. He too big. And that is what she said. What was the word you said earlier?
In a little coat.
Choke on your words. And pops him just like a balloon. A nasty balloon. And our man is back to normal. Just like that. And they're looking at her like David, he knows, but they're all, even the pastor guy's like, what the hell? Did she do that? Like, they're so dumbfounded. I love it. She just wipes her glasses off because she's got all this blood. They can't see it, Dana. It's just dripping everywhere.
It's great.
It's so nasty.
I loved it. I fucking loved it.
Oh. He was a big, juicy one.
He was. He was all nice and plump.
Mm-hmm. But our boy's
nice
okay.
And plump.
He was. I mean, he popped like a balloon. And the guy that they are assessing is back to normal. Like nothing happened. Everybody's good. Sister Andrea saved the day once again. He said MVP
she sure did.
Of the episode.
She sure did.
But now they got to deal with Andy, and he's trying to tell her like it's worse than you think. I'm scared I'm gonna hurt you guys, and she's still thinking it's because of drugs, like he's on heroin or something. It's so much darker than that.
Yep.
And she's like, tell him, no, you're in denial. He's like, no, I know it's not. It's not what you think it is. And she breaks down because he's like, I'm going upstate to this facility. She wants him to do like a 12-step program where he still be with the family. He doesn't trust himself at all around the kids anymore because he knows what he was in that room for. She doesn't know. He does. And he's scared of what he's going to do, and she doesn't understand it. And I don't think he can fully tell her.
I don't think so either.
Oh, it's so sad at the end because she's just like, again, we're back to where it was like season 1, where there's something causing them to not be able to just be together, right? Some rift, something pulling them apart, and she's just telling like, I just want to go back to where we were before. I want to go back to the life we used to have together.
Yeah,
and it was so sad. Like they're kissing and stuff, but he's just like, I do too. What was this? I cried a little bit, Dana.
It was I was definitely getting emotional watching this. I felt for them.
She cared, like honestly, because all the stuff that Kristen has done and has possibly alluded to her with David and her marital issues and stuff like that. Like this moment just to me let as a viewer know how much they really do care about each other despite sort of the things being thrown at them. And they're still holding on to it. Like, all right, we just keep communicating. We'll get through this. We will one day get back to that happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poor Andy.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be alone again, which again leaves the door open for Cheryl to come in.
Yep.
If he does leave.
Yep. I thought that too.
And little grief demons. I don't know if he's going to Andy or to her.
I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't too sure where he was going to latch on.
So, guys, let us know. Where do you think our little friendly grief demon is going to hobble off to? Are you going to enter our girl Kristen or her man Andy? If I had to guess, I want to say Kristen. Only because then she would feel that heaviness, but it's a tough call.
Yep. Great episode, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really was. Like I said, it started off real funny, and then it ended real sad. Really pulled at me at the end there. Because, I mean, we got 10 episodes left. It's set up pretty well for Andy's gone again. Ben is somewhat accepting the supernatural. Kristen's now possibly going to have this demon attached to her. And then David is, I think, now going to truly get to sort of really dive into his visions more. He's going to have more help with them. And they're really going to get to see what's to come. Because if he starts to explain his visions from prior seasons to the new priest from Nigeria that actually believes in his visions, I just am curious as where that would take them, because then they would know, like, because they've got to start going after Leland again. There's just no way. Cheryl's going to do something. I mean, there's no way she's not as bad as horrible of a person she may be as a character. When it does come to her family and others, you know, was the old saying, you know, I can fuck with them, but you can't.
Yep.
I very much so think she's gonna castrate his ass or something.
Gonna be interesting.
He tried to kill the baby, basically. He tried to kill the little girl, and that was sad.
Gonna be interesting.
But yeah, guys, that is season 4, episode 4. Depending on where you read it, How to Build a Coffin or How to Grieve, learning all the lessons that our good pop-up book could teach us. Starting to get lots of little demons. Lots of adventures.
It's very, very interesting.
And of course, I'm going to give the episode, I already said it, to Sister Andrea. She was my MVP. But God, as far as favorite scene, that's hard. Because this was my favorite scene at the end. But I also loved the scenes at the beginning with Leland and the baby.
Same. I really liked those episodes, that scene too. But my favorite was when she popped the fat demon at the end.
Yeah, that was pretty good too. And she told him, you know, just choke on your words.
Pretty much. And then I loved it. But I loved how everybody was also kind of looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? What are you doing? And she's just sitting there wiping the blood off her glasses and everybody just kind of goes back to normal, because even Kristen says, how'd you get my words to come back? Like, I could feel my words came back.
Mm-hmm. Nope, that was pretty good.
This episode was a 9 for me. This was my favorite episode by far.
Yeah, I put it still around, because I put most of them around an 8.5. This one, I still would have put it at 8.5, but that's only because I really like all of them the same so far. But this one pulled at me more emotionally. Well, the first episode did a little bit. Well, first episode pulled me for excitement. This one definitely pulled at my heartstrings.
Yes, this was more emotional. For sure. It was the Andy scene that bumped it up to a 9. It was the Andy scenes that bumped it up to a 9 for me.
Yeah. And let us know, guys, where you place this episode in the chat or in the comments after if you are on the rewatch. It is all good. Love to know what you guys think of this episode. For sure. And if you saw anything that we missed, because trust me, they leave lots in the episode for you to kind of catch on to.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good.
They sure do.
I think, let's see. Did they tell us what next week's episode is? Yeah, let's see. I think it's How to Dance, but let me make sure. Season 4. Let's see what we got on the list. Oh, they don't tell me yet. Which one is... I'm curious if they're going to do... Because they kind of did a double title for How to Train a Dog became How to Train a Werewolf. Okay, How to Fly an Airplane. It's episode 5. Interesting. Because when we originally went through some of these, because they gave us some episode titles, but not all of them, I think this is one they gave us, and I thought it was going to be the drone episode.
I could see why you would think that.
I don't know.
Because How to Fly a Plane makes sense that you would think it would have something to do with the drone, but we got the drone when it came to the How to Slaughter a Pig.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what this one's going to be. I think I know how to dance in 3 easy steps, at least what screenshots from the trailer that's going to be. I don't know what this one is. This one's completely thrown me off because the rest of them we've kind of been able to somewhat figure out or at least have an idea. I have no idea.
I don't either.
Now we do get episode 9 is how to teach a chatbot. I'm curious if when the Monsignor gets the little messages and he's like, God, hold that thought.
Yes.
I wonder if that's the chatbot episode.
Huh.
But other than that, that's all on here they give us so far. And this is on IBM. Let me share my screen. Y'all can see what I'm looking at. Alright. Well, if I can click to the right thing. Stop sharing that. Here we go. So yeah, we had how to split an atom, and then we had how to train a dog or how to train a werewolf. And then we're going to get, so we slaughtered a pig, how to build a coffin, which, see, it changed. It's changed to how to build a coffin. This was how to grieve. They changed it, Dana, but they didn't change how to train a dog. It's still how to train a dog.
Interesting.
Yeah, we get how to fly an airplane and then how to dance in 3 easy steps. And then we don't know 7 or 8 yet, or at least not on IBM. They haven't showed it. Then we get teach chat box. And then that is all the titles we have for now on the episodes. And I'll check on Rotten Tomatoes and other stuff too. But so far, I was mostly going by the IBMD or whatever.
IMDb.
You know what I'm trying to say. You know what?
I do.
I don't like the letter
acronym
things because that messes me up the most.
I
was
know
never
what you
good
mean
with
when you
like
say it.
texting when you have to do you texting with basically letters. I was not good like that. I'm too much of a boomer, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, but I can see all the sigils data, but I can't figure out how to read things properly. Who knew? But yeah, guys, that will just about do us for today's stream on Evil. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as we did. And I know we will be back tomorrow night to discuss it further and see if there's any other little details that I can research or look up and bring to you guys. And of course, always let us know in the comments, in the chat, what you guys think, what you guys want to see, if you want us to bring up or talk about anything on the show in particular. Always want to know what you guys think. But yeah, I loved this episode as much as I've loved them all this season. So far, my favorite season season 3 was my favorite, and they are definitely blowing me out of the water with season 4.
Yes, I agree. They're going out with a bang so far.
Mm-hmm. A pretty good one. Let's see. As I said, we still got 10 episodes left. The baby's born. They're all pretty much on their way to dealing with, everything's almost on the table now. I don't think there's too many more secrets out there that most of the main characters don't kind of know about each other. They're making sure to kind of tell everybody everything. You're not doing the From thing where we don't talk. They're definitely talking this season.
Yes. Since we're being honest.
Mm-hmm. So it's good. I like it. I think despite the fact that they're only going to get to do one more season, it looks like they're going to pack it all in there and get it to us. I'm excited to see how it ends and who's going to get what and who's going to end up where. I mean, Andy's out of the picture. Is he? We don't know yet. We'll find out hopefully next week.
Yep.
All kinds of good mysteries, guys. But
pretty much.
Thank you all for joining us again. And we will see you all tomorrow night and tonight on Dana's for some D&D action.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have not subbed to her, go ahead. You should do that as soon as possible so you can find out all of the fun D&D action gameplay that we will be doing over there. I believe I have it in your stuff in the description.
Awesome.
But yeah, guys, check us out tonight and tomorrow night and Saturday night again for another D&D session. But until then, we will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi there. My name is George. Remember me? I was once the demon of Kristen's dreams. Now, how about I'm yours? There's a saying that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Do you want to know what's coming this season on Evil? Are you absolutely sure?
We're going to be parents. In 38 days, a child will be born. They will sing hymns in your honor, the mother of the living Antichrist.
That level of crazy?
It's biblical, so yes.
We've already hunted werewolves and demons. Are we now hunting witches?
Okie dokie.
What happens if the Antichrist is baptized?
Who's the Antichrist?
Timothy, 3-month-old baby.
Let's just give him an exorcism.
There's just so much more. No need to be afraid. This season you'll have me right there with you. In your dreams. Promise.